Hello. My back, motherfuckers. Oh, fucking so ready for this today. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing it for. Shit, where am I? How did I just gain money? I saw that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, these dudes. I remember. I found these guys and I was like, yo, go back to your wife. He was like, yeah, well, but can you look for these things for me? And I said, yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry about it, mate. I can do that for you, no problemo. What's in here? No boat in the boathouse today. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Well, yes, please. Oh yeah. Fucking stylish as hell. I don't really remember what I was fucking doing. I know I was exploring this bit of the map.
Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. They rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain.
Pitter-patter.
When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds.
I've already done that. I've already done that. Never mind. Can I go up here? Maybe I have to keep going down here to look for these traps. Nope. I cannot go that way. It's over here. Oh yeah. Is this more like I could do graffiti here if I was artistic enough?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, him. Even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs.
Oh.
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Maybe you should try to tell that to America, Kim. Ah, shit. I'll be back in a sec. Hello. My back. Sorry about that. It's one of my housemates. I'll say hello. Can I get over here? This seems like I should be able to walk over this. Well, Kim knows how to walk over it. Damn, look at all these bottles. Fallen Peeper. What's that mean? It is inaccessible. How did I just get here? What is this? It's like a weird hat. What a dumb hat. I don't want to wear this hat. Take this stupid hat off. Actually, I probably should wear the hat. It gives me boosts, but I don't like it. I'm not happy. Now where? Over here? Nope. Not. So look at that. Oh shit, that's some actual alcohol. We say no to drugs there. Drugs are a big no-no. Don't do drugs. Oh, I actually can't go down there. That part of the map looks dead. Yeah, no shit. Look at it. How'd they go?
This is the trap. This trap is also
Another empty trap.
The next one's the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Kim is not happy. So why are we doing this? What are we doing? This is a waste of time. That's what it's saying. Where's this last trap? There were 3, weren't there? I don't know where the other one is. How do I get up there? Can I get up there? We'll find out. I can do a slow walk. Yeah, look at that gross water. A fence blocks the path. No way from here. Why would it let me look at them but not do anything? Wait, is this dude?
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Tell me why. Who's this dude? Telling this kid about the good old days.
Okay, I'll notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Khan Heilstam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right?
Heilstam.
I was just telling my son about this building.
How do you know who Kim
Not
is?
a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
What?
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Hold up. This music's too loud, man. I can't... It's actually over the fucking... voiceover. I want that higher. Music, I want that lower. All of this can go down as well. Okay. Hold on, hypertext now. Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed colouring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today.
Is
He
he?
spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Worms?
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before,
Is that a
this
June
is where
reference?
the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. I feel it. But why?
Why? So fascinated about these empty old buildings?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Yeah?
Hold on. What's R&D?
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Wait, what's an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and
I know
development.
what it is.
They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Whoa. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
Is it? Is that true?
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
I like all this like sort of European, like, you can tell this has obviously been inspired by like, fucking Le Revolution and all that shit in France, which I don't know too much about. It's not a part of history I'm too well versed with. So I do sort of enjoy it, but at the same time some of this stuff does sort of fly over my head.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines.
I haven't
But
watched
Feld
Le Revolution.
had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I
I don't
say
plan
they
to
were
either.
developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that, Ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
Continue.
Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
Wow. What happened?
Indeed. What?
What?
The revolution!
The revolution! I do fucking love a revolution. Revolution's a big pug.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building. or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Say that Felt Electrical built this boardwalk? Look under your feet. How did those type of computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Fort Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
He did. He definitely did.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Hughes. What are you fucking talking about, man?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Come on, there's no place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center of Art.
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
What? This guy's been mugging me off. This guy's been mugging me off the entire time.
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum
But
Center.
perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
A beautiful, delicate thing. Was it absolutely beautiful? Oh, my accent's getting worse, man. I should just stop. Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire
Wait,
to
it's
this
not my
precious
accent
tool.
that's shit. It's this guy
Well,
who
they
keeps
did.
dipping in and out of
The
French.
Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
I was just doing him. Wait, the Feld playback experiment.
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Sounds like a fucking band name. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype.
Oh no.
Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
You're saying that Feld Electric built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Sad.
A pleasure wheel?
Kim's like, a pleasure wheel? Oh my god.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yeah.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics,
See,
but history had other plans.
this is all what Disney did, man. Like, I've watched a lot of old like documentaries and shit about like stuff. No, it wasn't old documentaries. It was on YouTube about like theme parks. And I remember it being about how Disney's original vision for Epcot was that he wanted to like make a city that ran itself and people would never want to leave. That's not what Epcot became. It became like a weird little flavour of the world fucking theme park. But Epcot was originally meant to just be like a big fucking city, or like a city state that was like completely autonomous of like everything. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted it to be like away from like a sort of like Hong Kong sort of shindig, like in America, which would have been fucking awesome. But that's sort of what these fucking dudes did. Failed electrical. They like made this all cool, but now it's all like derelict. And there's a place in America as well. Okay, it might be called Coney Island. That was once upon a time had a load of investors try to invest into it, and then for some reason or other, people just stopped going to Coney Island, and now it sort of looks like what I imagined this place looks like. There you go. The more you know. Learning with Connor. You're welcome. What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
For the
But
boys.
this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about...
Tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
Le Décret de Mars. What is that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
02.
It's a beautiful
That's a
piece
good year.
of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Is it?
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in Worms to be paying any attention.
I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
You look like someone has money. Do you have any
I
money?
do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
I don't worry about it. I just wanted to see if my profiling skills were working.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact,
Yeah?
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states.
I
Have
haven't.
you read it?
No.
If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. You were saying?
I like this dude, man. He's very educated. Great, thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Heidelstein. You were a pleasure to talk to.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Touch it.
The cloth, if you can still call it that,
Ugh.
makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
Take a close
It's
look.
streaked with dried seagull shit
Ugh.
and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
I just imagine it like my actual inventory is just like whatever jacket I'm wearing, I'm just wearing on top of all the other jackets. Same with the I look like fucking Joey from Friends. He was not happy about me thinking about taking that. Buzz home, the electricity flows through the wires of audible power. A roof. A roof. Are these? Mega Bino's prescription glasses. I'll give them to Kim. I wonder if I get another party member. Like if at some point Kim... I mean, I assume I get Kim for the entire game, but... like, because he has left me at one point. Oh, look, there's another guy here. He looks dead. Fuck, he probably is dead.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
That guy is not moving. Examine the tar.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Sheesh. Let's talk to this dead man.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of
Oh
spirits.
fuck,
in his
is this the
cramped hand,
husband?
a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Hold on.
He's dead, man.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2
This
days.
is the working class
No.
husband, man. Oh
We need
fuck.
to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel
I
yourself.
did say that guy was dead. Well, the second I saw him.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Well, sorry,
A
side.
cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue. Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
Search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man
The
himself.
man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of beer, or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Oh, that's
He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
well,
That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Man, I love the little fucking pictures for the characters, but they look so good. Like this dude. Like, oh man. I mean, the game in general, it's just fucking great. Let me just, like I said, let me just check something. No, my landlord isn't here. I might have to dip off for a minute when my landlord gets there. Sorry for the brief break in this. Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the
They
floorboards.
screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
No, what Tom just sent me. I'll look at it later, Tom.
It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear. all around us.
Terror all around us. I feel it in my bones.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Hmm.
True. It feels disrespectful.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Lock in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
That's sad.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Phew.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind. as
I
you
know
take a
who
step
this man
back.
is. Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
It's true.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
It's the working class woman's fucking husband, is what it is.
A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
I do. We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband, dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
The leather jacket, point at the man's clothes, it matches her description perfectly.
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be real? No, it's not. Do you think he was a drunk, point at the bottle?
Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior.
Behavioural.
But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Yeah, me too. What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Oh. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep
Boardwalk.
anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
It's not related to the lynching.
It
Right.
does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do then?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
We found him, we should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Oh, fuck yeah, we got a new mystery. I thought it was just going to be the hanged man. Look, I'm going to give the case to the rest of those chumps, not a chance. Whoa, Kim, be careful. Oh, I'm glad I came up here. Moonshine, probably. It smells like tasty fermentation. Tasty fermentation. God, I struggled to say that then. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not drinking that. Mega Biner. I'm not looking at that thing, I'm gonna wait till I get back. Dead body on the boardwalk. Inspect the traps. Land's End. Far northeast of the failed building. Check the trap near the canal you cross southeast of the village. Spirit is eternal. Fuck, I forgot about all these fucking dudes. Noid and Egghead and all that. Alright, we'll go back to the we'll go back. But I'll see if I can find these traps on the way. To the northeast of the Feld building. So it's like, what, up here? Have I been up here? I think I've been up there. I don't see any traps. Is it here? No? Where are these traps at? Lewis Center for... Ah, there it is. I found you, you bastard.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this.
Reach
nothing
for the trap.
Locust in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Cold? Is that what you want to say? Oh, this bit up here is huge, man. There's so much shit up here. Oh, this is bigger than the first area, I think. It must be. Oh, that's the church. Alright, now I've done the Feld building as well. Sweet. So there's like one more trap southeast of the village, it said. So the village is down there. Isn't it? This is the village? It said I ran past it. I thought that bird in the bottom right was a fucking bug then. I did say southwest of the village. Check the trap near the canal you cross. Oh, it's by the canal. Sweet. Oh, the canal's this way. I think. In it? No? This way? Which way? I don't think it's this way. Do I have to keep going down the coast? Come on. That's where I looked at the... Oh yeah, there's the car. So yeah, it's this way. There's the house that... Oh, Kim's like, oh, it's too spooky, don't look at this. It says, by the canal, is the trap here? Is this it? Yeah.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
I reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
You're right, but I started to tell the cryptozoologist about this.
Okay. But after that we get back to our own assignments. There really is no explanation for this detour right now. None. None whatsoever.
It's on the way, Kim. Calm down. It's on the way, we may as well. Wah, 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 wah. Oh yeah, the sound of the horns. Should I go speak to this lady first? No, I'll speak to her after. Let's look at this library card or whatever it's called. Is it a library card? Folded library card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expired
Mejean.
July 53.
Well, we know of a name.
Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller.
It's her card.
Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre.
Sci-fi. Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Billy Mejean is not my lover. He's just a person who might be dead.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body at the thing.
One moment. Can you please describe the body?
The man was about 173 centimeters tall, stout, with dark hair and a mustache. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he slept. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
Seems like it's an accident.
No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead.
Yep, I do.
Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking it.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue.
Cool.
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Can I reach to the library, please?
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I wouldn't like a call from the police. I'm looking forward to any information that you can provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Mejean, you said?
Yeah,
Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
sound.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there?
Yep.
I found Billy Mejean's home address, is that alright?
Yeah.
No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yeah, I'm just fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments.
Hey,
That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
it is. Do you have any other information on Billy Mejean?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mejean? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87. But we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
So Billy Mijan is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
You just put her on the phone?
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
What? Thank you. That's all. That's all from me. I've got no more questions.
Happy we could help.
You didn't help much.
Goodbye, officer.
I mean, you did a little bit.
Anything else you need from me?
Yeah, I'm done.
57th, over and out.
Later.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Let's go tell this lady her husband's dead. Oh. She's gone?
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the...
Okay, no, whatever. It's in the apartment building. Yeah, apartment 20. I will go do that. I don't want to go that way. That's not where I want to go. What a fucking great game there. There I was thinking, no, let's go get more Hangman stuff than today. I'm doing a different mystery. It's not really a mystery though. It's quite straightforward what happened. It is the working class husband and he had a drunk night and he killed himself. Well, he didn't kill himself, he fell. Accidentally killed himself. But you could argue the drink is what killed him. So, he did kill himself? But also the boardwalk? He was to blame, basically is what I'm saying. No simpy from me. It's 20 up here. I might go make a drink in a sec. Thirsty. Need to pass time by a book. The books do pass the time. This one?
This door is made of metal.
That's not 20. Is that 20?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
And we'll find out how hard it's going to be in like 5 minutes time. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to make a drink. Was I 5 minutes? I think I was actually quicker than 5 minutes.
Get yourself together.
Get yourself
It's
together.
just police work.
It's just police work. It is just police work. This is what we do.
Don't knock. Just leave. You don't need this. You don't need to sad it up.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task.
Pardon?
There's a
You're
reason
dead.
why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Oh, Kim, you're the best. But do you have any advice on how to tell her he's dead?
Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
No.
Good advice.
That is good advice. That's fucking solid advice, man. What if I don't want to do this? I'm gonna do it. Kim, I don't want to do this. Let's turn around. Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Knock.
Hello? Who is it?
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
Us?
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
There we go. To Billy Méjean's. I still need to speak to the smoker on the balcony. Which is a fucking fantastic name for a character, by the way. Just have a little look around first, sorry. Is this like a kid's room? Hello. This is a really sad apartment. Okay.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
No.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
I will
The
have a tea.
lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Just come straight out of it.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Can you imagine? Your husband, Victor Méjean, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, man.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
Yeah.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
Is there anyone we can call for you? A friend or a family member? Someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
Oh.
It burns like acid.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
This is like legitimately sad.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
Again, I'm very sorry, man.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by you. Leave the room. That was pretty sad. You want to talk to him?
You did well.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
About Billy and the kids.
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right, let's just close then.
Let's go.
Sweet. I inspected the traps as well. And I can take the stuffed bird to got. I can do the central furnace as well. Might be worth trying. For more ghostly conversations and shit. I love how everyone in this game has a mission for you. More or less, anyway. There's some people who don't, but they end up becoming involved later if they don't originally at first. Should I try the deemed commercial zone? Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Good detective today.
This orange machine, turning the crack, is all gone now. What better to assuage the creeping scent? You slip if you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar.
Equip the pry bar. I knew there was something in that fucking thing.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
Oh, shit.
It has a hand.
I can't even. There it is.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something
Yes.
breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
Aha!
you've awakened the entity.
Are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
After
Hey.
you, officer.
Okay, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like
Oh,
an old
Kim's here
central
now. I can
furnace
ask all
used to heat the
questions about
building.
shit.
It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Pleasant said it lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Then what was the chatter you?
I'm getting shit done today. Boom. Let's go behind this curtain. Is this the one? It can't be the one on the roof because these two buildings aren't connected, but who is it? Surely this looks onto the courtyard. It's close enough. Where's this curtain then? Ah. This does look onto the fucking thing.
Hello, I'm Nia.
What?
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
What do you mean by Milius?
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? by the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
And dice making must be a pretty chill job, man.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Okay, I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
For someone to help with my
I
work.
think I have just the right one for you.
Police colours.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Totally overthinking it. Let them fall on the ground.
2 tiny pieces of carved stone drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
Pick up the red die.
That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. And you'll definitely need luck in Martinez.
I'll just go down the chimney.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else?
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the violin in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
You never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, All the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house? Shameful.
Creative.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
That first answer's great. I'm gonna say it as well.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Yes, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
No.
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Started to see that there are no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Do you know what happened to other tenants? Everyone else
More
is
or
gone.
less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. He's sort of the king around here.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
And who was
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work out, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Some of the broken windows.
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out The business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milius. Who would have guessed?
Snuff milius? Was there anything snuff in this, man?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Shame about those windows. I'm not ever going to ask about that milieu.
Yeah, don't.
Does someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
Let pass.
Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of?
Mm-hmm. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
Is it?
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects, not...
Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
So the rotor blades and skis.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just the props. Why return them?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Alright, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
It does.
Fritte does the same thing.
I know a girl looks just like that. She works in Fritte as a cashier and she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile.
It is a pretty terrifying bear.
To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I killed the bear.
You did what?
I had to kill the bear to become the bear.
I can see the stripes.
The bear put up quite the fight.
That bear was one mighty mammal. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherian.
Scary, but cool.
Very cool, but I don't want to hear about bears anymore. Let's move on.
Oh, I totally understand. Anything else?
Found the buildings in the combo, it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
Fuck, there's too many questions.
I'm listening. Good.
So,
I hope it's clarified things a bit.
Leave. Hey. Come on, 20-sided die. Get the fuck out of there. How do I get out? Is it still there? Yes. And I'm gonna save and come off. It's been a good one though. After fucking loads of shit, I solved a whole little mini mystery today. Had a side conversation with a lady. All her day's work, and next time I'll tell Pleasance about this dice maker. Peace out though. Just save the game quickly. Sound in a bit. I might be on later streaming First Class Trouble. Who knows? Anyway, in a bit.